a message that I think has surprised everybody at how far it's come. Why do you think your message is resonating so well with people here?
Because people are hurting. I mean, that's the simple truth. People are asking why it is that they are working longer hours for low wages. They're very worried about the future of their kids. And they're seeing almost all new income and wealth going to the top 1%. And people across the board, no matter what their politics are, think that that's wrong. Second of all, I think when we talk about the future, people know that our young people need a great education, but yet many of them can't afford it or they're leaving school deeply in debt. And so our message of making public colleges and universities tuition-free is resonating, and it is especially resonating because we pay for it through a tax on Wall Street speculation.
How do you think your campaign has changed the Democratic Party, not only during this primary, but for November and beyond?
Well, I think we're off to a good start, but obviously we have a lot further to go. I think what we have done to the Democratic Party is made them aware that there are many millions of people in this country who want real change, people who are prepared to take on the political and economic establishment, people who are not content with status quo establishment politics.
Is this, this has often been referred to as a movement. Movements typically take time. Is this the sort of thing where you think of it as even if you somehow don't get the nomination, this is the first step in a much longer process?
Right. Well, first of all, we're fighting, let's be very clear. We're here in Indiana. We think we have an excellent chance to win here in Indiana. Many of the remaining states that are coming up, including California, we think are favorable to us. So we think we have a lot of victories in front of us. But what I have said from day one is that no president, not Bernie Sanders or anyone else, can alone take on the establishment. They are just too powerful. There are a lot of people on Wall Street, in corporate America, the corporate media, wealthy campaign contributors. They have enormous power. The only way we transform this country is when millions of people stand up and say, we need a government that represents all of us, not the 1%. And that does take time. It's not going to happen immediately. If elected president, we can accelerate that progress. If not elected, we're going to continue working on it.
I have one last question. Your campaign reminds me a lot of another person from Indiana, Eugene Debs, who ran as a socialist ticket and had some degree of success. What do you think he would think of your campaign right now?
Well, I hope he would think positively of it. The world has changed since Debs ran for president on 6 occasions. You're right, he came from Terre Haute. But he was a visionary. He was a man who believed in social justice, in economic justice. And by the way, a lot of the ideas that he talked about in the early part of the 20th century, guess what? When they were thought to be crazy ideas way out there, they became eventually the law of the land. So I think Indiana should be very proud of its native son there.
All right. Well, Senator, thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you.
Enjoy your stay in South Bend.
Have you been to his place in Terre Haute?
I have not. It's